Okay, we shall begin. So I'm going to keep my eyes open. So today's with the Beyond Meditation session, I'm going to split it into two parts. We will begin with the Beyond Meditation, where we complete the work on the dental cavity. And then those of you who wish to leave, you can. And those of you who wish to stay on to anchor the core values of Ruth Ginsburg can stay on. And we will complete that part of the process. It is such an amazing opportunity to not only anchor the high vibe values of such an amazing, magnificent soul that just continue to work diligently, it is also an opportunity to up-level what we have anchored with the human vibe attunement. And what that does is it literally, spreads the vibration of what we have anchored. And the vibrations that are spread are at the vibrational attunement of a soul presence, which is whole and complete. So it's quite a special opportunity for us to apply this Beyond Meditation technology to doing that work as well. And if you don't know who Ruth Ginsburg is, you can go ahead and Google search her. There's a lot that has been written about her. There's an amazing documentary movie made about her as well, about her life and how she came into doing and being what she has caused in the world. So I'm just turning off my WhatsApp. Again, my guidance is not to have this on Facebook, so I'm not having it on Facebook. And we are going to begin. So this is the last session that we have on the dental cavity for now. We are going to focus our attention on gut health from Tuesday onwards. So today's session is all about preparing ourselves from the dental cavity perspective for the gut health. So just to reiterate again, Beyond Meditation is all about bringing into harmony our soul presence and our human form. And have both of those be true to what their originating intent is and come together in their magnificence, literally like full throttle, anchored in what each one of those presences are about. And that is what diffuses, releases that deep-seated inner conflict. So the soul presence can fully express itself in its magnificence as the soul being that it is, limitless, indestructible, omnipresent. And the human form can freely be in the human vibe attunement of the frequency of love and be amplified and amplifying the presence of the soul. So the human form, which is the vessel of fulfillment of our soul's journey, and has the is the one that is bringing into this third dimension reality what the soul is choosing to express through the human form. When it chooses to step into its vibrational attunement of love, all the details of what make up the human form start to recalibrate on their own. The dots start connecting, and it's like this wonderful humming feeling that starts to come in. We were created by the Creator in this human form, not because the Creator wanted to be bothered all the time with one thing or the other going wrong with it. We were literally created with each cell at a cellular level being able to autocorrect itself. And what the body of work that we have been doing is, first of all, we began this journey by getting that realization in the human form that it is the vibrational frequency of love. And when the human form connects to the vibrational frequency of love, it amplifies. That's it. That's what happens at a vibrational frequency level. Then we got a deeper understanding of the soul. And the soul understood that the human form is really just a conduit for this amplification frequency of love. And the soul started acknowledging the human form, by acknowledging itself as a human, by receiving itself and accepting itself as a human. And when that occurred, that vibrationally uplifted the human form to such an extent that the human form formulation itself took up the acknowledgement of itself as a human, receiving itself as a human in its whole and completeness, and accepting itself as a human. And then the two came together. Then we were ready to go in and start working at a cellular level. And the way we have been guided to work with this at a cellular level is to go system by system. That's how we began. And then we started going organ by organ. Now we are at a system level, and what we have been shown is there are certain systems that are nodal systems that have an impact across all the organs. The dental cavity is one such system. The gut is another one, connected to all the organs throughout our entire physical body. So let's work with this next piece of our dental cavity. Each one of you is already plugged in at a root canal by root canal level from the work that we have been doing. So it will be much faster for us to get into the rhythm of what chooses to be worked on today. So let's get started. Get yourself comfortable. Have your feet on the floor. The base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. The middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. Drop your hands on either side. Palms facing forward. Fingers slightly stretched. Imagine the tips of your fingers are connected to the core of the earth. The base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. The middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. With the dental cavity, we are connected with a golden cord, which also has the presence of silver, copper, a bit of shungite. And we also have the presence of tourmaline today. It's quite strong, shungite and tourmaline. They're very, very powerful, clarifying and protection crystals. They clear out all forms of negative energies, all forms of pollutants, as well as shield us, protect us from any negative vibrations. Now you can take your hands and put them over your thighs, your palms facing upwards. And imagine having the middle of your left palm has the presence of emerald. It's very large, very finely cut emerald crystal. And the palm of your right hand is the presence of blood jasper, like a wand. It's a very earthing frequency. So you're just going to start scanning your body from the top of your crown and work your way down to the base of your feet. 6 inches above your crown, and start working your way down to the base of your feet. And the best way to do this is to draw concentric circles. So starting with the front of your forehead, the back of your head, and just scan all the way through. And in your scanning, you don't need to worry about anything. The act of scanning is what releases any excess energies, any negative energies, any lower energetic vibrations, they get released. Scanned in the front of your nose, the back of the middle of your head, the front of your chin, the top of your neck, the front of your neck, the back of your neck, the top of your shoulders in the front, the back of your shoulders at the back. Just pause there a little. It's as if there's a fine duster that is just working its way through in that whole region. And it's just brushing away any energetics that do not belong, any energetics that have been there in your field that came from the environment that you were born into. All of those are being just brushed out. And the moment they get brushed out, they get separated from your field, from your human form, they are taken out into the core of the earth. And very careful care is being taken to ensure that only that which no longer serves you is being released. The front of your chest, the back of your upper back. And all the lymph nodes under your armpits are being worked on. The front of your waist, the back of your middle back. The front of your abdomen, the back of your lower back, and everything in between. The front of your hips, your pelvic cavity, and the back of your pelvic girdle. The top of your thighs, the back of your thighs. The front of your knees, the back of your knees. The front of your shin, the back of your calf muscles. The top of your ankles, the base of your heel. The top of your feet, the base of your feet. The top of your toes, the base of your toes, the tips of your toes. All of that, just focus your attention and experience the clearing out that is taking place of energies that no longer serve you. Energies that are interfering in the full expression of the truth of who you are. The top of your biceps, and allow yourself to just go down, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. And release all that no longer serves you. You are clear. We are all standing in a circle. We have at least 5 continents represented here. And it's as if your arms are stretched on either side of you and the tips of your fingers are extending beyond the ends of your fingers. And we are holding pretty much the entire planet in our circle. And it's a very powerful healing circle. And we are inside that circle. And about 2 feet below our feet, there is a really large golden filter. And it's actually a filter, translucent filter, that is filtering a healing light, a golden healing light that is rising up our bodies and filling up our circle. It's a healing light that is coming from the sun-like structure that is there in the center of the core of the earth. And it's just rising up. And at a cellular level, it is filling up every cell in our body. And your cells have already started experiencing that sunrise experience, and you are experiencing it right now. Just like when it's dark and the sun starts to rise, even a sliver of light means that there is no darkness anymore. And with the sunrise in every cell experience, automatically all darkness that might have built up within you disappears. And any darkness that remains is darkness that is there, which you are harboring, but it does not belong to you. And all you are to do is to release it to the core of the earth. And this healing golden light is now filling up the cavity of your mouth. It's actually filling up the cavity of your mouth, this very powerful healing activation that has taken place. And through the dental framework that is there, the framework of each of the root canals, the gums, the jaw, all the capillaries that exist, and any other treatments that you might have subject yourself to. That golden light is in a very soft, gentle, and yet a very certain, assertive way, neutralizing any traumas that might have surfaced since we last did the work, which is on Thursday. Those trauma elements are being neutralized. And as they're being neutralized, the cells that are holding on to those trauma triggers, at a cellular level, they are popping up, plumping up, filling up with this beautiful golden healing light, re-remembering what they're about. And in them remembering what they're about, it is having a huge impact on literally releasing the soul beings of all the bacteria or even parasites that might have lodged themselves in your gums. And through the teeth and the various channels that emanate from the canal of each tooth, which also sometimes can get infected through bacteria. Any bacteria that remain, we've already done a lot of the cleaning work, but any bacteria that remain are being zapped out by allowing their soul being presences to be released. The debris is being cleared out. Some of it is being disintegrated, some of it is being transmutated at a vibrational essence level, so that the vibration of light and your own unique illumination can replace it. And in doing so, the disintegration is allowing what has been disintegrated to be released through the colon. Some elements that have been disintegrated are also being released through your skin. They're both very strong, powerful excretion organs and absorption organs. Some of you will be experiencing a very specific feeling in your third eye. Some of you may be noticing already a wider opening of the third eye, because I'm seeing a purple hue that is present in the center of our circle. Allow yourself to receive this purple light. It's a light of love. A light of reconnecting to our inner wisdom. We have done a lot of work of bringing the remembrance back to the dental cavity and each of the individual components. By filling this up now with this purple light, we are actually tapping into the wisdom that we have amassed through our various soul journeys that is there for us to share, use, and utilize and apply in how we conduct our life. So that purple light combined with that constant healing that the golden light makes available allows us to tap into the gut. Literally, there are certain packets of wisdom that has been held there, which brings about a permanent resurrection, restoration, and resurgence of your dental cavity. There are a few of you here who have had some very deep, very extensive work done in this whole dental area. The cellular trauma that remained is literally now it was already being healed, now it is being reprogrammed. It is being reprogrammed so that it remains connected to your inner wisdom. Allow your tongue, if it is touching the top of your palate, to drop down and settle gently in your mouth. Your jaw might want to readjust a little. Any clenching of your teeth, just release those. And just guided to energetically do a little movement of a couple of your vertebrae in your neck. As the dental cavity is returning to how it is meant to be, the neck that has been compensating for the maladjustment that existed before, we are just releasing that adjustment in the neck so the neck can return to normal and your head won't feel so heavy on it. And it's now each one of you will be experiencing a little tug at the back of your crown, stretching your spine. You don't need to put any effort, it'll be happening naturally. We are going to be working on the dental cavity now, in fact in a moment. And it's the connection between the dental cavity and your intestines, the large intestine as well as the small intestine. And the connection from the stomach that through the duodenum leads into the small intestine, that region, as well as where the small intestine connects to the large intestine. Those are two very specific regions where the dental cavity plays a very important role. It has a direct impact on the exact pacing with which digested food moves through the small intestine. It has a direct impact. The teeth have a direct impact on the ability of the villi that line up the small intestine to move in the perfect rhythm that enables the perfect level of digestion, preparing your food to release the nutrients and separate the excrement so it can leave your body. Dental health has a direct impact on that. Some of you who've had a lot of dental work would have experienced certain digestive issues, not knowing that it is a dental health that is connecting to that experience. There is something else that I'm guided to work on, which is to do with the dental health. The teeth are directly connected to keeping our solar plexus healthy, humming as a chakra, and in the right position. When the solar plexus is off, it tends to have a direct impact on loosening the hold that is necessary for the small intestine to have. So the moment you have visceral fat buildup, the small intestine loses its positioning, and you tend to develop a propensity towards hernia of different kind. So we are focusing the connection between the dental cavity and the solar plexus. Solar plexus is also a chakra that gets blocked by fear and becomes really stiff and heavy. We're neutralizing the negative connotation of fear. And I'm just holding the solar plexus region, just allowing the healing from the palm of my hands. My left hand has a particular healing light. It's a vibrational healing light that comes from the Atlantean Golden Age. That's not the only light that comes in, but that's what is being utilized right now. Okay. Some of you may experience a deep exhale moment, and suddenly that whole region is flooded with that golden light. The purple light is also now entering the solar plexus. Those particular joint or transition points, the duodenum to the small intestine, is being infused with the golden healing light and an added elixir that increases the warmth of that light. So there's a bit of fire element that is being added to it that enables a destruction of that which no longer serves and a transmutation into a whole new state, which is going to be the old ancient state where a remembrance returns to what that organ is about. So just that process is happening right now. You'll be noticing some readjustment of your gums again, because as the teeth start to connect in a healthy way to the organs that they're meant to, the gums are able to lock themselves in better around the teeth. And when that happens with one or two teeth, it has an impact on readjusting the gum connection with the rest of the teeth. So you will be surprised at that autocorrection that will start to show up, where your teeth will be exactly the size that they are meant to be, as the gums would have recalibrated. I'm guided to place in an elixir of the frequency of clove into the dental cavity region, and some coconut oil frequency as well. The solar plexus is in place, the duodenum has been worked on. Some of you have an issue with the lining of the stomach. That is not what we are working on right now. Just highlighting it. So it tends to feel like an excessive acidity buildup. or a lethargic digestive system. It could be in either of those camps. By getting the duodenum to get some fire in it, without damaging the stomach, we are actually bringing about a little bit of a remembrance, reoccurrence. So the stomach can start to get to a point where it can autocorrect itself. We're now focusing our attention all the way from the teeth to where the small intestine connects to the large intestine. Sometimes when kids specifically, when they have this grinding of the teeth, or even teenagers and young adults, when they have the grinding of the teeth, it is seen as a worming issue, which is like, okay, give them a deworming medication, and when the worms release, that grinding will stop. That's just a reminder of the direct connection between the teeth and that particular region where the small intestine joins the large intestine. The small intestine just releases the food that has been digested by it, rich in nutrients and excrement, into the large intestine. And that the region where it joins is a hub of many parasites that sort of hang in there, waiting for these nutrients to come in and immediately suck out the nutrients. So by working in that area, sending in this golden light in that area, sending in the remembrance of what that region is actually about, which is a separation of nutrients that are going to be absorbed, and also allocating which nutrient goes to which part of the colon, because different parts of the colon feed and nourish different organs in our body. That is the function of that region, and that which requires to be excreted literally gets separated out, and it has its own journey of ascending, transversing, and descending. The nutrients themselves get sent to different parts of the colon to feed different organs. We are bringing that remembrance back of that functionality. It may cause a little bit of peristalsis or a little bit of gurgling in your tummies, and your teeth are actually working with that region, so it will not get out of control. My suggestion would be to just stay here, unless it is excruciating, then urgent, then you move. It'll recalibrate just momentarily. And in its recalibration, there is a direct impact on hardened, impacted fecal matter that has been preventing the walls of the colon from absorbing the nutrients. So that's being loosened in a way that can be released out of your system. And there'll be some of those releases that will take place between now and Tuesday when we begin the work on the gut. And we are literally flushing the entire colon now with this purple light of love. And it's a light that is particularly nourishing for the colon, as the colon is the repositor of all the wisdom that you have amassed through all of your various soul journeys. Just notice the crackling in your ears if you have it. All of that is a good sign. If your shoulders are rising, neck is tensing, just drop your shoulders. Allow the neck to just rest without flopping it. Notice the back of your crown is being pulled up So your spine is stretching comfortably. Okay, we are all set. So we're going to do the 9-4-6 breath, get into that alignment between your mind brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain, and also unblocking and opening up our connection to the 13 chakras. And we're now going to all the work that we have done on the dental cavity and the different organs and systems that it has served. We are up-leveling the vibration of all of those areas into the human vibe attunement. And it is a human form in harmony with the soul presence, presencing the creator within, that is going to be bringing about the human vibe attunement chant. Let's begin by getting into a whole brain state of what we have just worked through. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat after me. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Every time you utter any of these phrases, the purple light and the golden light come together, and there's like a wave that is created within you. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Purple and gold, very powerful combination of colors. Take your hands in front of your heart. Rub them against each other. Put them over your eyes. Open your eyes in them. Take them to the top of your head, the back of your head, down your neck, down your shoulders, and do an energy sweep. The human vibe attunement for the purposes of the dental cavity, that work is complete. And if you would like to put in the chat one word that you're present to, that would be great. And I would like to move straight on to this next piece. And those of you who have a time restriction, please go ahead and leave the meeting if you wish to, if you need to do that. So just be responsible for your own commitments in terms of time.